Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. And now, Washington's starting group. We've got George. Jordan Poole is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Sarr. And it's Champagnie in at the small forward. And for Utah, the pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. And it's Collier in at the 1. Greg, we know that both these teams have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
Here's Collier. And the pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Guarded by Poole. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Outside, George. Here's Sarr. And Sarr throws it down.
How about Sarr? Just ridiculous athleticism for a 7-footer.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Now, Will Hardy talked to me a little while ago. We got to talking about Jordan Poole and how you deal with a player like him. Coach smiled and said, we want to be as disruptive for him as possible. Anything we can do to prevent him from getting into a rhythm, we'll do it. Keeping Poole off balance is the plan here. Guys?
Thank you, David. And the Wizards with possession after the basket by Utah. Yep, that one goes.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. And for the Jazz, the last few seasons, Coach, had been a period of rebuilding.
Yeah, it has, Kevin. You know they acquired a lot of draft capital when they traded Gobert and Mitchell. And they've since drafted a lot of young talent and still have plenty of picks to work with.
Now, here is George. 11-point game his last outing. Middleton against Collins. Middleton can't get it to go. For Utah, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Collier. Another shot. Kessler. No good.
Yeah, slow start for them offensively. 1 for 5. They need to be more patient and find a better look.
That one good for 2. Poole's got his second bucket of the night.
And no shortage of confidence in Poole's game.
Markkanen passes to Sexton. And Kessler throws it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board. Well, you can't start the game much better than this. 4 of 5 from the field.
Outside, Sexton. There's the lob to the hoop. And Kessler throws it down.
Well, it doesn't take much for Kessler to catch that lob and slam it home.
Now, here's Poole. Tight defense on him. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. So a moment now to see the story for him. So it's Utah now, trailing by 2. Collins passes to Sexton. To the middle. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
Count that bucket. Middleton's got his second basket of the game.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, what we saw in that game and what you see around the league is a questionable dependency on the triple.
That shot, the 3, is very volatile. On games when it's fallen, you can beat anyone, but when you're leaning on it and you go cold, tough sledding.
His first personal foul.
And now we bring you the
Team
rookie leaderboard, featuring the NBA first-year players who have been dominant on the glass for the past 10 games and counting. He throw good. Clarkson.
Well, look, Clarkson is a great guy to have in your lineup simply due to his versatility.
He hits both from the stripe. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
Yeah, they're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
Now, here's George. His last outing, 16 points for him. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Wizards have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway.
2 minutes.
So, Greg, with the season winding down, a lot of what-ifs for the team. What about players? Do they experience that as well?
You can't help but wonder what could have been if your team struggled, Kevin. Players are just like fans in that regard.
Well, Smart is a relentless competitor whose impact always goes beyond the box score. The league could always use more players like him.
The Jazz again can't hit it.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Here's Carrington. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Cody Williams. The Wizards shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
And he makes both free throws. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic goal. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
Well, this is Clarkson's role. He looks to score in a multitude of ways.
Here's Holmes. Filipowski grabs the board. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Utah. They trail by 1. And the layup's good off the glass.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Here's Carrington. He's covered by Clarkson. Good on the shot. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. George passes to Filipowski. Williams with the ball. Nothing on the board. Stolen by Kispert. Here's Carrington. Defended by George. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far. Jazz trail by 3. On the wing, George. Guarded by Smart. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. Brogdon, he's checked in for George.
Checking in for the Wizards. Malcolm Brogdon.
George against Smart. Pass to Sensabaugh. Clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Brogdon the pass to Smart. Now Holmes. Brogdon with it. He's covered by Clarkson. Brogdon kicks to Smart. He gets it up. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter.
The
Wizards lead by 1. From Delta Center, back in a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Wizards.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
So this is how the floor looks for the Wizards starting the second. They've got Jordan Poole. He's out there with Malcolm Brogdon. Sarr out there with Chris Middleton. And it's Champagnie in at the four-man position. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, thank you. The Utah Jazz last season became one of the first teams in the league to move their games to broadcast television. It's a gamble, but they just about tripled their reach. And with the rapid growth in the region, they have a chance to attract new fans. And Kevin, no doubt, other NBA teams are keen to see how this goes.
Oh, David, no question at all. We thank you for your report. So, timeout called here, the first for the Wizards. Last time they met was in Washington.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, depth plays a huge factor in this league. You can't win just with 5 guys.
George is checked in for the Wizards. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. You look at the Jazz. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason.
And seeing where Utah is, they've got to make some changes at the end of the season. That much is clear. Not sure whether that goes for the coaches or the players or both, but something has got to change.
And we had a feeling this is how their season was going to go. But that doesn't mean it has to continue. The pressure is on for this franchise to turn things around.
Greg Collins Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
Here's Collier following the basket by Chris Middleton. The rebound by Champagnie.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Count it, good.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far.
A show of pure athletic ability from Sexton. What a dunk.
The Wizards with the lead. Middleton inside the three-point line. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%, 5 for 7. And so Markkanen will bring it up for Utah. Has to count. Back to Markkanen. Misses the 3. Wizards leading by 3. Back to Poole. Chalk up 2 there. Poole's got 6.
Showing his strength inside. Poole muscles that one home.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Here's Collier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. And here we go, the Wizards' fast break. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And we know Poole has speed, and he uses it well to stay out ahead in transition.
Here's Sexton. A good portion of the scoring has come from him. He averages more than 18 points a game. Pass to count. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Can't hit from in close.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
There's the pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Guarded by Poole. 5 on the clock. Tips it up. And Collins is right there. Collins has got 4 points in the quarter.
Using all all of his length. Collins able to grab the offensive rebound and finish the play.
Washington calls timeout. John Collins was a force in his first few years, Stan, but hasn't seemed to match that level of success since that time. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there's a few reasons, Kevin. Number one, I just think it's a lot about opportunity, and he went from being the number 2 guy on a team to being the 3rd, 4th, even at times 5th guy on the floor, so he's not getting as much opportunity. He doesn't have as much opportunity to play some of his minutes as a center now, and that was always where he could get a quickness advantage. So even where he is now, though, this guy is a very good player and has gotten to the point. He's underrated.
Hey, Stan, the last few decades, we've seen the 3 become more and more necessary for offenses. Wondering if you think that's a good thing.
Well, it is, and teams not only understand the value of making a lot of three-point shots, but the threat of the 3 spreads out defenses and actually makes it easier for you to get shots at the rim. So the 3 is absolutely necessary to be a great offensive team in this league.
Quickly, is the arc too close? Should they move it, maneuver that a little bit?
Well, the skill level is really, really high. I like the suggestion of keeping the arc the same all the way around, which would eliminate the corner 3.
And so he makes both from the line. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Jazz trail by 7. Let's go. The Jazz again can't hit it.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
George passes to Poole. The shot's good on the assist by George. Poole's got the lead up to 9 now for Washington.
It's been one of those nights for Poole. He is on a heater.
Pass to Sensabaugh. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
That one falls. Poole's got 10 points in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now, here is George. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Forcing the issue inside. Collins is hard to handle.
Utah shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for George. And Smart subbed in for Jordan Poole.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Brogdon inside the line. Kispert, well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Wizards lead by 9.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
George against Smart. Here's Filipowski, and the rejection by Holmes.
Got to run the clock and wait for the last shot.
Yeah, unless it's a gimme, there's no reason to put up an early shot here.
And talk about a guy who just knows where to be. Brogdon has that 6th sense for the game.
And that one good from Clarkson. Clarkson's got 8.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
And so it's Jordan Poole making highlights for the Wizards. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, it seemed like you all were dictating tempo in the first half. How did you do that?
Okay, we're getting the stops, grabbing the rebound now, just trying to push it, try to get the best shot available.
Problem solved in transition. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, can't tell you how much it means to us to have you back with us on the halftime show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Means the world, doesn't it?
Miss you.
Yeah.
So big.
A pretty close game for the Wizards throughout the first quarter.
And trying as they might, they couldn't push their lead past 4 points. It's fair to say that the second quarter belonged to them. They've now got a 9-point edge heading into the second half. And taking a look at the Wizards, Shaq, what'd you think?
They're running some great offense right now. Working the ball in good spots, taking what the defense gives them, not forcing up shots. We'll see if they can maintain that discipline in the second half.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Jazz.
The energy on D stood for disappointment. They were slow to rotate. Communication was bad. No effort. I mean, the intensity on that end of the floor, where it needs to be, was just not there.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so it's Washington with it. Wing pair will be Sexton and Markkanen. The pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. And it's Collier in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. Jazz trail by 11. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
He led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
Here's Poole after the made shot from Lauri Markkanen.
Oh, big Walker Kessler. That is how you use your size.
Again, the Jazz score. Now, here's Poole. 16 points for him on the wing, George. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Here's Middleton. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And with great positional size, Middleton knows how to do damage down low.
Here's Collier. Poole with the steal. A finish. They get a hand on it. A second chance effort. And he lays it up and in. Poole's got the lead up to 11 now for the Wizards.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every time.
Washington calls timeout. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebound.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
The rebound by Collier.
How'd that move work out? The important part is to get the ball in the basket, not to make the highlight reel. Come on.
Pass to Sexton. Washington with the rebound. Czar's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage. So an adjustment was made. Fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. And that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed. No doubt about it, D.A. The shot by Champagny, no good. Jazz trail by 9. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Collins. And then Collins slams it in.
He can slam it with the best of them. Collins with an all-star weekend-worthy dunk there.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Middleton inside the three-point line. Here's George, and it's sent back by Kessler. Inside, and finished off by Collins.
Collins so active around the rim.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Washington Wizards. It's a 5-point game. This is it to Champagnie. Back to Poole. The Wizards working the ball around now. Sexton against Middleton. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Well, Collins is a guy that when he takes over, you're going to have to get 2 or 3 guys on him to try to slow him down.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. After bursting onto the scene as a rookie, Coach Van Gundy, expectations certainly increased for Walker Kessler.
Yeah, and Kevin, I think he's handled those expectations well. He knows who he is. He's first and foremost a defensive rim protector and a rebounder. He's a rim runner on offense. He's a pick-and-roll guy, and he knows that he's got to continue to grow in the other area.
For the Jazz, Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen, and Georgia subbed in for Colin Sexton. Carrington, that's good. Carrington's got 8 points. Jazz trail by 5.
2 minutes remaining.
The pass to Calvin. From past the arc. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And you can sense the urgency from them now. They were flat in that first half, but they've come out here in the second and been much more aggressive offensively.
Here's Carrington. He's got 8. You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
Here's Smart following the bucket by the Jazz. And the shot goes in. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Going to work in the lane. Smart's tough in there.
George passes to Collins. Backs and dishes to Collins. Basket good. Collins has got it all tied up now for the Jazz.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Kispert, the pass to Gill. Here's Carrington. Buries the long-range jumper. Carrington's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Pass to Collier. Rebound by the Wizards. Holmes got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Carrington. For 3. Collins grabs the miss. Now George. No good. Shot missing. We've reached the end of the third quarter. Just a terrific game so far. Washington out in front. They're up by 3. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Fourth quarter on the court for the Wizards. They've got Chris Middleton, Sarr out there with Malcolm Brogdon, and it's Carrington in at the 1 spot. George with no one around, and it's off from three-point range. Wizards leading by 3. Sarr, the pass to Middleton. To the middle, deflects the pass. Sarr misses the baby hook.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Washington.
Well, I love how they're attacking the rim. That will usually force defenses to collapse and open up a lot of outside shots.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
The Jazz shooting at 51%. Really solid. Here's Sensabaugh. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Carrington. Defended by Sexton. And that one is good.
Yeah, after a slow start to the game, he's been productive and efficient here in the second half.
Pass to Filipowski. George looking over the floor. The Jazz again can't hit it. Washington leading now by 4. Here's Carrington. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Filipowski passes to Sexton. He kicks it to George. From the arc. Washington with the rebound. Sarr's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Carrington missing. And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Shoots from 12. It's blocked. And they'll get another chance. And now the fast break. Brogdon with the ball. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Just a little under 2.5 minutes to pass now here in the fourth.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
Second team foul. At the line for Utah, Sensabaugh.
First one falls for.
Good shot.
So he gets them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Washington leading now by 6. Here's Poole. Passes it to Sarr. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Utah has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's George. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you gotta admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
The Jazz making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Hey guys, the Wizards' #2 overall pick, Alex Sarr, wanted to be in Washington, D.C., and his defense gets him on the court right away. Not to mention, the Wizards are in a rebuild, and if his offense comes along, he could be a foundational piece for this franchise. Everyone's excited to see the development of Alex Sarr.
You're right, a big piece. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. The Jazz making a switch here. Kessler's checked in. And that one's good, Brogdon. Brogdon's got the lead up to 12 now for the Wizards.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Shot from 12. Washington with the rebound. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. George against Williams. Drives to the hoop. Saar. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Saar's got 4 points in the quarter. They need to stop this run.
You know what, Kev? I think it's time to switch some things up, either by going to your bench or with a different look defensively to disrupt their rhythm.
What a finish inside from George, showing he can handle physical defense.
Brogdon the pass to George. No good on the shot. Excellent D there from Williams. And Sexton has it in the corner. The kick out to Williams. Cranes the three-pointer. Williams has got it back down to single digits for the Jazz.
Well, that's a shot you don't mind him taking. Gets a good look and trusts his shot to knock down the three.
Brogdon the pass to Saar. Doesn't go for him. For the Jazz, this one's not looking good. Outside, George. Kicks it to Sexton. A clear look for George. And Kessler throws it down.
Well, Kessler to the rescue, using his size to win the rebound, and then quickly going on the attack himself.
Washington calls timeout. They're leading by 7. 1:09 left in the fourth. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance Player of the Game.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
If he could only contribute like this for them every night, you can't overstate how much better it makes this team when he has a game like this, and on the road, no less. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Brian Keith talked to his team during the break. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Here's Poole after the made shot from John Collins. He doesn't hit that one. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
It counts, and he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world-class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Now, here's Brogdon. He feeds it to George. And there's the pass to Champagnie. Back to George. Shakes him. Got it.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
And the Jazz call time here. They're behind by 4. There's 18 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. There's 18 seconds left in the game. And it's George missing. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Lauri Markkanen. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Washington.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Utah calls timeout. They're down by 5. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
Yeah, and then they have quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Here's Sexton. No good on the quick three.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep.
Yeah, and it's really hard to stay connected to shooters out there. And even harder to contest the shot without foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of two is good. That increases their lead to 6. And so Washington takes the win. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.